Mr. Rahmaan, your first reaction coming in. Now we know that the BRS has been pushing for the women's bill. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that our sources tell us that this is a possibility, this is going to happen?
Yeah, good afternoon. In fact, we have been demanding for the women reservation bill for the 33% reservation for the women. And we have all, our leader, Kavita ji, in fact, during the month of March, had staged a dharna in Delhi, demanding for the introduction of the women reservation bill. And now I think this is the right time that the government should introduce the bill and give the due share to the women in the country, because we have the 50% population of the women in India, and we have completed 75 years of our independence. And this special session of Parliament, which has been convened by the government, so it is the fantastic opportunity for the government, and it can really become a historical session if the women reservation bill is introduced by the government. And there is a consensus from almost all the parties when it comes to the women reservation bill. So only doing the lip service of the women empowerment won't do, but we have to provide the right kind of platform to the women. So their voice, especially in the legislative assemblies and the parliament, is the right place to give them the right kind of platform. So I think this will be one of the greatest achievements, because this bill was already passed, introduced by UPA government, and so even Sonia Gandhi ji has also written it to the Prime Minister to introduce this bill. So we really welcome the letter of Sonia ji and the demand of Sonia ji, and she, being the women, I'm sure will be the front runner, especially in the Parliament, along with all the other parties. And our party is being committed to providing the complete justice to the women, and we have been doing that. And this is in the wake of the demand for the women reservation bill, that all the parties have come together, and now the onus is on the government to prove it's the real colors will come out of the government. And this is the right time that the government, the BJP government, should introduce the bill and, create a history in the country. And we would definitely welcome that if the government is going to do that. And there will not be any kind of opposition, I'm sure. And this should, come as a surprise for most of the parties, because especially, the interim agenda which was released by the government, this bill was not featuring anywhere. But from some sources, especially through the media, we came to know that there is a possibility that the BJP might introduce this bill. And we would definitely welcome this, and we want the Prime Minister to announce, and rather than giving a surprise on the 20th or whatever is expected, actually. So this will definitely be a great step, and we would welcome, because see, when it comes to giving the proper representation to the women, so it is the responsibility of all the political parties to come together. And now this we don't see any kind of resistance from any corner, because all the political parties are on the same page, and they are all extending the support to this bill, and there is a consensus among all the political parties. And the draft is already ready. The government doesn't have to do any kind of homework. So this is the right and the opportune time. And moreover, the new Parliament building, this session is going to happen there. So I think it will be a great beginning, especially for, in our country, with the introduction of the women reservation bill.
All right, Mr. Rahmaan, BRS leader, thank you for joining us here. And Abhishek, the last time, and this is what Mr. Rahmaan from the BRS was also saying, the last time that was 2010, when the Rajya Sabha passed the bill amid a ruckus with marshals escorting out some MPs who opposed the move to reserve the seats for women in Lok Sabha, and the bill lapsed as it could not be passed by Lok Sabha. Now, if it does happen, if the bill gets passed this time, this will be indeed historic and a big move forward, especially when it comes to women empowerment.
Yeah.